Hey guys, it's your boy Silver. Sorry, this is the second episode where I get distracted because of Percy Cat. He's just in the morning. Perseus, one of my cats, is extremely needy. And it's fun, right? I appreciate that he actually wants to spend time with me and wants to cuddle me, right? Sometimes we get cats that don't like have anything to do with you. Like for example, my cat Apollo, who's right in front of me right now, in front of me, in on his cat tower, and he could not be bothered to say good morning, even though I give him treats. Anyways, that's enough about my the insecurities as a cat dad. I wanted to talk about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It took me a while to get into the series. Not to get into because I thought it was going to be a bad series, but because it's been out since 2022. Um, and it's just gone under my radar completely. I added it in my queue of stuffs to watch, but I I don't know. I just kept on pushing it off until recently I came into it a little bit extra time. If you know, you know. And uh I finally decided, you know what, I'm gonna dive into it and get back into my Star Trek roots. So it's been a really it's been a fantastic watch. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's been amazing. Star Trek again shows with another excellent TV series, another story that is way better than Star Wars at producing stories, space stories, just stories in general. If Star Trek, if Star Wars used like maybe 25% of the amount of I don't know, effort. I don't want to say talent because Star Wars has really talented people like Filoni in there, but I don't know what stops them from making fantastic stories like Star Trek can tell. Star Trek can actually put out season after season after season of great stories. And, as I was watching season one, season two, and season three, I was trying to find out what makes these stories so attractive that it drags you back to watch the next episode and the next episode. I will tell you this. I'm kind of glad in a way, though, that I did not start watching since 2022 because I would have been in pain having to wait for a new episode every week, right? Or however often it was releasing. Season four just came out. I haven't gone there yet. I think I'm halfway through season three. And uh I could imagine I would have been in physical pain to just wait for these episodes because they've been great. They tell stories about Captain Pike and his time in the Enterprise. It talks about Spock's life, right, with Pike, serving as one of his science officers. Yoda Uhura, who we know is the classic communications officer, starts off as an ensign, in how she grows up, and at some point in her life she didn't know she wanted to be part of Starfleet, you know. And also a running joke comes out, I just watched it last night on season three about Harry Kim. If you know who Harry Kim is, you know there's a funny thing to his rank. If you're a Trekkie, you know you know. If you know, you know. But they make fun of that stuff. I guess Star Trek has such a rich history of stories, whether they've been good or bad, and movies, that have allowed the writers for Strange New Worlds to, uh, you know, pull from those stories, sometimes make fun of them, and then kind of grow from them. It takes from the lore. Oh, that's another thing I think. Hold on, really quick. Sorry. I know I'm talking Star Wars a little bit. I know we're talking about Star Trek right now, Strange New Worlds. But I think that the other thing that makes Star Trek very successful is that it respects, listen to me, respects the timeline. It does not try to create some other fucking crazy, sorry. That's probably my first curse that I said in the podcast. It respects, seriously, the timeline. It doesn't try to create anything. It doesn't try to fix anything. It maybe clarifies, but I don't remember it trying to fix anything massive like what we did with set episodes 7, 8, and 9 for Star Wars, right? It did not just say, hey, we're going to get rid of all this Star Wars lore, this fantastic lore, this fantastic universe. We're just going to completely kill it. Star Trek's never done that. I think Star Trek's respected not only its timeline, its story, its lore, but also its fans. I think that might be the secret sauce for Star Trek. It respects the fans. It respects the lore, it respects the story, and it respects its characters. So, anyways. So, Pike, complicated captain, very good leader. Starts off with a couple of internal conflicts. You know, I don't want to give away too much. Sadly, the man is cursed, but blessed, but cursed also with a lot of knowledge of the future, specifically his future. And it can be hard to lead knowing where the story is going to end, but knowing that the way you're going to end is going to do so much good, it kind of makes it worth it for him. And the story has shown us how that's kind of like helped them go from like, oh my God, to I've accepted this. This is how it's going to be. And let's move forward as best as possible to achieve that end where I know things end because because at the very end, I'm saying end a lot. Uh, things end well for everybody else around me, except for me, obviously. Right? That's his logic. And as a leader myself, um, I would be okay with that too. I understand that. I feel that, right? Um, Spock, you know, he's always been a complicated character. The dude, we get to see him struggling with the whole half human, half Vulcan, and what it means for him to be able to try and become more Vulcan, and sometimes accidentally taking 5 steps back and becoming more human. We get to see his mom, who is beautiful, gorgeous. You just to watch that actress. You should watch this series. You will enjoy it. I was like, what? This is Spock's mom? God damn. Uh, anyways, sorry. I continue to goon a little. I guess that's another thing that Star Trek does very well. Like the casting, they're all beautiful people, right? Really gorgeous people that we all imagine for fictional characters, right? Because when you imagine fictional characters, you imagine beautiful, very good looking, very powerful, very, you know, because sometimes it's something what we wish for ourselves, right? We don't imagine, you know, you don't pretend you're Robin. You pretend you're Batman. I mean, I guess if you have really low self-esteem and think so little of yourself, I guess people like to pretend they're Robin. But for the most of us, we're Batman. And oh yeah, one other special mention. Captain oh my God, Kirk. Kirk pops up in there. They make him off to be this cowboy, young cowboy captain, and it's fun. It's not bad. I hate him sometimes a little bit, but I think it was on purpose to make us see how mature he still was and how he pretended or wanted to be this like already right off the bat captain. But he's just a guy, dude. He's just a guy still learning the job. He's not even a captain right off the bat. Um, but we get to see him grow a little bit too, because we he pops into the storyline with Captain Pike's crew and his stories. There's a lot of other great characters that we get to see that might not be part of the main story, but again, it does not their existence does not affect the storyline. Again, Star Trek just respecting that storyline. So go check it out. It's a great watch. Right now I'm on season 3. Season 4 ends this mid-September from what I read. But they already been greenlit for a 5th season and apparently the final season. I think it's gonna be amazing because just like how this season has been going, it's been like I couldn't go to sleep last night. I had to tell myself at 2 in the morning, all right, time to go to bed, bro. It's like, come on, you can watch this tomorrow. You don't have to power through that today. I give this series a 5. You know, cinco estrellitas de plata, 5 silver stars out of 5. And you should for sure watch it. Comment, let me know. Tell me, hey, did you watch it already? What are your opinions on Star Trek and how it does storytelling? Uh, is this also tell me if I hit it on the nail? Do you think that this is why Star Trek is successful when making TV series and even well, I can't say movies, but it can do TV series very well. Um, Let me know if you agree or not, or disagree and tell me that I'm wrong, and that's completely okay. We can talk about it. Thank you for the people that have been subscribing. This is a whole new channel for me. It's a whole new thing that I've been doing. Starting off from zero, and I already seen a lot of interactions from a lot of you. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's been amazing. Been amazing to see the feedback. Switching from the gaming community to just like I guess the pop culture community, everybody's been way more well receiving and just nice. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, to the whole YouTube, Spotify thing. And nos vemos.